The John Cena heel turn is a lie. He lied about hating the fans, and he lied about why he's coming for his 17th World Championship. Every why has been nothing but a big lie. The real reason John Cena turned heel is being dangled in our faces the same exact way the supposed heel turn was being dangled in our faces right before it occurred. This time, I'm not blind to it. And if you don't believe me, then let me explain. To understand what is really happening with John Cena, we first have to go all the way back to before the Elimination Chamber. Right after the Royal Rumble, Cena made it clear in his press conference that main eventing WrestleMania and winning the 17th World Championship is what's best for business. This should have been a clear red flag to everyone watching that something was up. Only ever heels talking about what's best for business. But we all ate it up. The IWC took it as John Cena just being fired up to get that job done, to finally break that record. But that's only the start of it. Next we have the last minute release of the Elimination Chamber poster. The IWC was up in arms when alongside John Cena was The Rock and Travis Scott, instead of anyone else that was actually competing on the card. Twitter was a wildfire. Everyone thought this was so disrespectful to every other superstar. The Rock, who's around once every few months, and Travis Scott, a non-wrestler, being promoted ahead of everyone else? Once again, this should have been a clear red flag, but instead, we all just took it as the WWE just trying to squeak out a few extra dollars and gain some social credibility from using a Travis Scott appearance. Really, it was a lot more sinister. And then lastly, third big red flag, John Cena did something that he's never done in the last couple of decades in his WWE career. He took the easy way out. In the Elimination Chamber, he could have given CM Punk a chance to recover, made it a fair fight, but instead with zero hesitation, zero care, he ran, jumped on him after Rollins hit him with the stomp. These three actions were dangled right in our face, exposing the heel turn before it even happened. And now, something similar is happening with the why for the heel turn. The first one being, in Cena's very first heel promo, he came out, he talked about the fans, he said how selfish they were, how they expected always something new out of him for every appearance he made, every year that came, new merch, new gear, etc. And with that, he followed it up by saying, we didn't deserve anything and we would get nothing. Which is odd to me, because there's something clearly being dangled in front of our faces. He comes out every week in new gear. He's got a new shirt, a new hat. All for the city that he's visiting for that show. Which is odd to me. And why would you be doing this, offering merch, new merch, for those in that city? Because to me, it's as if you're paying tribute to those fans in that city that have been cheering you for years, for decades. It's every championship win. But you just said you don't get anything. They don't deserve anything. Well, why would he do that if he actually hates the fans? I'll let you think about that one. The second clear sign to me that something is very wrong with this heel turn is that John Cena lied to Cody Rhodes and the fans about why he's coming back for that 17th world title. Cody Rhodes outright said that there was a reason being pretty much hidden by John Cena for why he was really coming for the 17th world title, but he wanted John Cena to explain that reason. In response, Cena talked about how Cody was fake. You know, he seemed like he wasn't real, he seemed too much like the guy, too dressed up, and he wasn't really championship material. And ultimately, he was nothing but John Cena's chauffeur. So John had to come back, take the title, and be the last real champion. Before giving this response though, you can visibly see something off at John Cena. It felt like Cena was caught off guard of being called out by Cody. Like he didn't think Cody really knew there was a good reason for coming back for the 17th world title. But really, Cody knew the secret. And this led John Cena to giving that nonsensical response, because he didn't have much room to really get away from the clear red flag that Cody dangled in front of our faces. Because it's obvious. If John Cena never thought Cody Rhodes was anything more than just his chauffeur from like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, then why did he help him win a title just last year at WrestleMania? Why would he embrace Cody Rhodes backstage within this past year when he made an appearance or two on Raw? Because it's all a cover for the real reason that John Cena supposedly has turned heel, and it's being dangled in our faces. So what is the real reason? What does Cody know, and what is John Cena hiding? Why is The Rock's new group full of only Hollywood industry figureheads like Travis Scott? The Rock knew Roman Reigns was tied up with the bloodline business all year, and that ultimately put him on a timeline to not be in position to regain the WWE title at WrestleMania. Solo Sikoa. Besides being tied into the bloodline business, he also had major losses to Cody Rhodes besides just losing to Roman. Complete fall off for him. And Jacob Fatu. He isn't ready to take the reins yet of the company or the bloodline. So at this point, with no one in that bloodline, Rock knew he needed to change the game plan. So what was The Rock's only option to take back full control of the company? There was two choices. You turn Cody to his side, or you finish the job of destroying him, which he tried to do last year. Destroying him feels like it was the backup option though. But ultimately, The Rock still needed to have the plan ready if it was to not turn Cody Rhodes. In the end, he didn't turn Cody Rhodes. So The Rock knew, after everything that occurred last year, no top names would want to be on his side to get the job done. Just wouldn't want to side with the bloodline or the final boss. But using his Hollywood power, he knew there was an option. John Cena. With no bigger name in Hollywood than The Rock, he could gain access to any secrets about John Cena that he wanted. Especially more embarrassing ones than John Cena at the Oscars in 2024. But let's not talk about that. The Rock made his move, pressing Cena behind the scenes, putting John Cena in a position where he had no choice but to align with The Rock, because of the threat of everything he built over the past couple decades being destroyed in a blink of an eye. Now with Travis Scott aligned, he can keep an eye on John Cena to make sure the plans succeed, also while threatening Cena with a potential beating, just like he did to Cody Rhodes, busting his eardrum. The Rock's plan is to put Cena in a position where he can't ever escape Hollywood or The Rock. And that is the real reason behind John Cena's heel turn. What do you guys make of John Cena's heel turn? Is my theory correct, or am I just a moron of the IWC? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more WWE content.